Good morning, my fellow family, friends, and colleagues. This is your girl, Dr. Charity, aka the Queen of Divas, and I'm here to give you your weekly encouragement on today. Well, on this beautiful, gorgeous, it is a stormy springtime day, but that storm out there does not, and I'm going to repeat, does not eliminate that the sun is still out there. Whether you see it or not, the sun is still out there. And that right there, I'm going to be touching on today to empower and motivate you, whom is listening under the sound of my voice right now. The sun is still out there. You may not necessarily see the reflection, but it's still out there. It's still out there, meaning not only is the blessing is already upon you because you're here today, but the favor of the Most High, the favor of the spiritual sun is waiting on you. Does anybody need me to break that down a little bit more easier? The promise is waiting on you. What did I tell you? You ain't waiting for it, it's waiting on you. It's your time, but you've got to be available. You've got to be willing to do what you have to do to invite and let it come through, because it's only coming one way, through you. I felt that. It's only going to come through you because it's your promise. It is what God, the spiritual sun, has promised to you to flow and utilize through you to support and give and reflect to others, to encourage and bring out more in others. As I tell you, a lot of oftentimes when I come on this weekly encouragement, I'm here not only for myself, but I'm here for you. So while I'm speaking, don't think I open up a book and read this, just like I tell my patients when I'm working. No, the script is when I introduce myself. Hello, this is Dr. Charity from so-and-so. How may I help you today? That's the script. Anything after is the doctor talking. I can't help that one. That's not the script, baby. That's the doctor inside of me that cannot sit down. When I hear an issue, I already go in mode trying to fix it out. Because guess what? That's just the doctor in me. The same thing with me encouraging you. The motivational speaker receives it to myself, for myself, and when I take it in and it feels so good, then I feel the notion and the impact to go and share it with others. Knowing that I'm not the only one that's in this. It may feel like at times that I'm alone and it's just me, but it's not always like that. Somebody out there is also going through just something similar, if not the same, and needs to hear the same thing that you utilize to come over. What good is you crossing over and somebody else not being able to? This is where you give the helping hand. Let him use you and shine through you. Let the promise in your life be revealed through him and to others. Therefore, it helps and bring up others. And all of us come out victorious and successful. But all of it comes back to what I said. Are you ready? You willing? I mean, because it's greatness that lies. There's even greater for your life waiting for you. The promise is waiting for you. It's there. All you got to do is come through. Come through and say, I'm here. Bring it on. I'm ready. Just saying. But with that being said, I want to go into this weekly empowerment. This weekly empowerment motivational booster. So today, if anybody is listening in, has anybody ever felt like that everything, as I told you, because I'm just going to kind of piggyback on what I've been speaking about for the past couple of weeks, because it seems like when I'm meditating, it keeps bringing me back to the same venue, but from a different aspect. So today I want to ask, has anybody felt like that they were going through, like I told you a couple of weeks ago, the door is being open. The door has been open. Things is happening. But it seemed like all of a sudden, it's an abrupt pause. Looked like all of a sudden, as soon as things getting good, something had to happen negative. Anybody feel like that? Anybody feel like that it almost feel like it was a jinx, a joke? You got a little preview and then it just come back to something that brings you back to where you were previously. And it makes you say, well, shoot, this is the proof right here that it won't even meant to be. Anybody feel like that? Anybody feel like that everything was going good, flowing good, then all of a sudden it just shrunk. It stopped. It paused. It didn't go no further. And I didn't see no more. Anybody felt like that? Because if that's you who I'm talking to on today, tune in to me. Listen in for a few minutes. So today, the weekly, and if I had to give this weekly empowerment a title, it would be simply Level Up Your Faith. Take the chance. Let that resonate, and I'm going to say it again. Level up your faith and take the chance. Well, somebody today might be saying, Dr. Charity, what you mean by level up my faith? Level up what? I mean, I believed strong enough, and I got right there, and it just seemed like it slammed in my face. You're who I'm glad you mentioned it. You're who I'm talking to. No, that right there, that slam in your face, what it seemed, because it really won't slam in your face if you want to know the fun fact. That ain't no slam in your face. Not if you done already seen the glory. If you've seen the success, it ain't a slam in your face. Because guess what? Man may lie, but the spiritual man never lies. He's never going to give you a preview and say, okay, that's enough for you right there. No, that's not him. But let me tell you what it is. If anybody needs an insight, I'm about to tell you exactly what you're seeing. Just listen and give me your ear for a few moments. So, while I was meditating this past week, I came across a few, all of them did some good messages. I was listening in to Pastor Jamal Bryant and him talking about the NFL draft and how Deion Sanders' son got drafted. Even though he didn't get drafted in the first few rounds, he eventually got drafted, but he emphasized on Deion Sanders' son's attitude. He said, look, I still believe God. That's what he said. I still believe God. Regardless of what happens, I still believe God. And I said, I like that. See, he that young man is trying to teach us something. I listened in to John Hannah, and he talked about, when he was talking about, for us coming out of Easter, he was talking about how what happened between Jesus when he was risen from the dead, and he came to see his disciples before he eternally entered into heaven. And this situation and the incident with Doubting Thomas. He emphasized on that, and that was beautiful. Oh, I heard that, and that was touching. Pastor Keon Henderson came behind that and talked about how sometimes in life he emphasized about the shrinking process, meaning that times where you are given abundance, then all of a sudden it seems like things shrink. And he emphasized that that's not God shutting the door or shutting it down. Is nothing more than God trying to verify that you can handle all the aspects of what you're about to go into. Are you ready for it? So I heard that and I said, everything kind of linked in together. But I got drawn back when I was meditating on last night. I got drawn back to Pastor John Hannah when he was talking about Doubting Thomas. And he said about your faith. God doesn't show up till your faith level up. It is when you actually put in the effort that I got to believe. I got to see it. If it don't happen, when you got this, I gotta, for those who grew up in the streets, the way it was stated by a well-known singer, he wrote a song called I Gots to Get It. We ain't gonna go in no emphasis. Everybody that knows like I know, then you know what I'm talking about. But that right there, that attitude, I'm not emphasizing the lyrics nor the song, I'm emphasizing the attitude. I got to get it. Well, that's what Pastor John Hannah was talking about. The attitude of I got to get it. I've got to go and see it. I've got to retrieve it. Something got to happen. That's your faith. That's the equivalence of your faith leveling up. And that is when and only when God shows up completely. So I'm telling you today, when you go through this week, let the faith level up. Let it level up strongly. Let it level up the way Nicki Minaj said it on Jacqueline Carr's, or excuse me, not Jacqueline Carr's, Tasha Cobb's Lena, I'm Getting Ready. Let it level up. Let it level up like she said. I leveled up twice. I leveled up 3 times. He tapped on them, told him, she's mine. So even when I'm crying, I knew I'd be fine. Prepared for a miracle blessing in these times. I praise him, raise him, name it, claim it. Every tongue that rises up against me, shame it. I breathe success in and out my lungs. Got the power of life and death coming out my tongue. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You level up and continue to level up until it comes through for you. And that is yours on today. Level up no matter how many times. I have a testimony myself. I've had to level up multiple times, more than once. But I leveled up multiple times because I told God, just like I told God coming in this year, you have already promised, but now you got to show something. Sorry. Now I'm going to take my hands off. I'm not going to touch it, but you got to show something. You got to bring something to the table. I'm sorry, I can't take this. You can't keep showing dreams and prophecies and visions. Now you got to bring something to the natural. You got to manifest. You need to manifest. Yeah, you need to manifest. And boy, when I stated that coming into this year, tell me why the Spirit didn't do just that. He's manifesting. Even now, manifesting in the career. Hey, my faith been a little shaky because I ain't never been in this place. I've never worked like this in a career. Same thing with the school. I ain't never been on this level when it come to studying. Same thing with the relationship. I ain't never been with Superman. I ain't never been with a real man. So this is all a brand new chapter. And it does take me leveling up my faith more than one time. Because guess what? We a lot of times get, as Pastor John Hannah said, we a lot of times see and experience and forget what was said, like Doubting Thomas did. Doubting Thomas watched and walked with Jesus. So he saw the miracles. Then he heard. He was right at the table and heard Jesus say that he was going to be betrayed. He was going to be crucified, but risen again. He heard all that and still didn't believe it till he felt the nail marks and touched him in the side. Didn't believe, period. So I'm saying all that to say this. A lot of times we don't believe till we actually have been there. We don't believe till it actually comes. But that's usually when you, like I said, when you get that gots to get it attitude, that's when God shows up and says, oh, I got to show you. Oh, so you believe it, but now you got to see it. Okay, you got to see it. I got something for you. All right, you asked for it. Here it go. And he brings it. He did it for me. And that's exactly what he's doing for you on today. The only thing I'm telling you is to level up the faith. Don't let it go down just because of circumstances and what looks around. Level it up. Take the chance. Stick the neck out. Take a risk, because you only get the most beneficial and the biggest abundant of blessings when you take the risk. You got to take the chance and you got to take the risk. That's the only way that you come out on top and above that you can ever imagine. So on today, I want you to go through this week and level up. No matter what it looks like, level up your faith. No matter what it seems like, level up yours, because the promise is there. Your promise is already here. You just got to be willing willing and be real and willing to accept that this is it. I am ready and I'm going in for it. That's what I'm doing. I'm going in. Yes, it's a little scary, but I'm going in as a top mental health coordinator. I'm going in as a doctor in training. I'm going in as the wife. Yeah, it's a little bit scary because it's outside of the comfort zone. But I was already given a warning by God himself that I was going to have to come out of the comfort zone if I wanted to see myself go to the next level and the next apex. So I was already prepared. I just have to make sure I constantly and on a daily basis level myself up, because circumstances know how to come up to you and make you feel like something wrong with you when there ain't nothing wrong with you. God just trying to make sure you can handle all what you're about to go through, because guess what? Not only with this big blessing, you got to be able to handle the good, the bad, and the ugly. Can you handle all that? I can. I'm willing to. So I tell God, bring it on. Bring it on. I got to see this. I got to see this part, this chapter. I got to turn this page in this chapter. Come on, Lord. Bring it. Use me. Bring it on right now. I'm ready. I'm ready to be the doctor. I'm ready to help the patients. I'm ready to be the wife. Bring it on. And that right there is the attitude that causes the promise, even after it is paused, it causes the promise to come back up, hit the ground running, straight to you. And even faster than it was previously. All you got to do is level up your faith and take the chance. That's what I'm doing. I'm taking the chance in the career, in the school, and with my significant other. I'm taking the chance because I don't want to miss out on my promise and what was promised to me. The job, the career that I'm working in, the title, the business, and even the significant other was all promised to me before me saying it this year, and even right now under the sound of my voice. So I refuse to go down without taking a chance, because the Spirit already told me. I'm going to use just give you a little fun fact of my own personal testimony. The Spirit told me, specifically when it came to the significant other, if you don't take the chance, if you don't trust the process and trust me and then trust this young man, you already see what he's doing. Let go and let God. If you don't do it, it's nobody that's going to be sad but you. So ain't going to be nobody lost but you, because I showed you. I told you before, this ain't no surprise. Shouldn't be no surprise. You knew it. And the Spirit ain't lying. Yes, he did tell me in advance and gave me plenty of time before this happened. The guy did. The significant other didn't come in. He didn't come in scratching his skull. He came in and shared a lot of stuff from Jump Street that made me say, whoa, okay, so this is not a joke. That's why the Spirit looked at me and said, if you missed out on this, this is not there. It's not my fault nor his fault. It's your fault. Because you didn't take the opportunity. You didn't take the chance given. And you didn't level up your faith to believe that this is yours regardless of what it looks like. Because if God has already shown and proven, it's already done. Again, remember, go through this week. It's already done. The promise is already there and it's already done. Just for you. That's all you got to remember. So level up, because the promise is already done. Well, that's all that I have for you on today. But tune in next week for another weekly encouragement. Please subscribe to Lady Superwoman on YouTube. That's at Lady Superwoman 9999. That's 4 9s on YouTube for all of your weekly encouragements. I do thank and love every last one of you who tune in both on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram to every week. I am happy and glad to assist and encourage and empower everybody tuning in. And as you go forward through this week, remember on today to go forward on this week and level up your faith. Take the chance. because the promise is waiting for you. I love you. See you next week. Bye.